So recently I was trying out this framework called Nextra to build documentations for one of my upcoming projects. Basically it helps you to build nice looking website with just Markdown. But one of the features I really loved about Nextra is how it turns your Next.js pages into like these nice looking side navs. So even though I didn't use Nextra, but I kind of made a basic version of this feature into my own app. So here you can see I have introduction. If you go to alerts, it will render the alert page. If you go to avatars, it will render the avatar page and so on. All of these are dynamically generated from my files, Next.js files. So if I just create a new folder called badges, let's create a page. I will just copy this thing into here, name this badges, save. You can see how it auto generated the badges, and building this was super easy. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick overview how you can build something like this on your own. So let's get to it. Alright, so I have a barebone Next.js project here with our page layout and global CSS. I also had some demo pages to show in the UI, and this is how it looks like. On the home page we have an introduction, and if you go to buttons, you'll get our buttons, and if you go to cards, you see the card text and so on. To get started, let's create a lib file. We'll call this files.ts. Let me make things bigger for you. Here let's have a function called getFileRoutes that will be responsible to get all these files from our app. Now since right now we are in the lib, we can just call the function and pass the app location. Since we'll be working with the file system, so let's just import the fs module. Now we can use the fs read directory to get all the files from the app directory, but we don't need all the files, right? We don't need the global or the layout or the pages. We only need these. So to get only the directories, what we can do is create another variable called dirs. Here we can write some filter logic that will get us only the directories. So we are using the fs.stat that will give us some stat of the file and passing the file location and checking if it's a directory or not. Let's try to console it. Let's go to the terminal, run ts node files.ts. Now you can see it only gave us the name of the folders that we need. Now we can just map these directories to get the route path and the title. Before that, let's do some formatting. Now let's just map this, and where we'll get the file, we'll return an object with the title and the route. The route will be / the file name. Save this. Let's return the directories. For our last check, let's console this, run this again. Now you can see it returns our title and the route. Now that we have the data for the site nav, building the UI would be really easy. So let's just go to the layout where we will call this function const route equals this function. Also we need to export this, and we don't need to call this here. And since we are already in the app directory, we'll just path / import this. Now route returns an array of objects, so beside the children we can write the site nav code. So let's just map through route.map or we'll use a link. Say r.title, and the href will be r dot route. Now to make it look nicer, we just wrap this with a div. Let's have a border and give it a width of 40. Save. Okay, I think it's working, but we are getting the source and public. I see. So it's taking the root project path. So to go into the app, we just say /source/app. Now you can see we have our navigation. If you click on the button, it takes to button, cards takes to cards. Now let's make it look nicer. So we'll have a flex, will be flex column, we'll have a space y of 4, and we will have a height of full screen. Okay, looks good. On top we can have our logo, so say image source. In the public folder I have a warp logo, so we'll just use that /warp.png. let's give it a height. We'll wrap this in a div and give it a flex. Let's also give some space, x6. Format this. Now you can see it looks better. We have our alerts, buttons, cards. Super easy, right? I will link the code in the description so you guys can check it out. And I'm thinking of turning this into a separate open source library, so you guys can like use npm to install this and use it in your code base. Let me know if you guys are interested in that. And yeah, that's it guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.